So hi friends, so this is your friend Arun from Live in Germany channel. So in today's video, I'm going to share experience on how I reached back to Germany during this Corona times from India to Germany, especially through the Bangalore airport. So in today's video, I'm just going to show a small video on how I started from my home, what are the passes I took, and what is the procedure, and who were allowed, and how long did it take for each process to be completed. So sorry I look so tired. I'm right now sitting at the Bangalore airport. So as you can see, like I can record my video and it's completely silent. It's too silent. There is kind of completely empty. Just people with white suits walking everywhere. So a different feel for anybody who have been to Bangalore International Airport and the situation right now. So let's go on to today's video. I'll just show you the pictures and videos which I took, and I hope this will be helpful for anybody who's going to travel using the Bangalore airport. And I would like to thank Mr. Gautam Heber, who helped us in traveling all the way from through the check post to Karnataka. So this was really helpful. And as the follow-up, I'll also try to record all the videos regarding how did I reach to Frankfurt, and then how did I come back all the way to back to my home. So let's go on to this content, and I'm happy to see you all again in Germany soon. So I'm going to share experience of myself traveling from Tamil Nadu to Bangalore, like I explained in the previous small clip which I shot earlier. So and then to Frankfurt. So initially, for to that to happen, I had no option of taking a flight because I was scared whether the flight could be cancelled, the domestic ones. So I had opted for a car, and especially if you're traveling, the Kannada government allowed us to have only yellow boats or T boats, so not the normal white boards, but you have a yellow board vehicle as well. I mean, basically cabs. So only a driver as well as a passenger is allowed, not more than that. If it's a bigger car, then more people, of course, but for a normal size small car, just driver and passenger. Even if family members come, at some cases they don't allow them to enter, so please avoid the fuss, just be travel. So I think it should be fine. And after getting the e-pass, like it was helped by a WhatsApp group, of course. And then we all reached to this particular check post like you see in the picture. So we cross the Zuzuwadi checkpost and then go to the Attibelli checkpost. That's the side of checkpost of Karnataka. So there was a big green tent where a lot of officers were there, like they were like checking things and stuff. But for us, to help us out, I would like to thank at this point of time an officer from the airport called us Gautam Heba. He was really helpful. He was answering our calls. He was answering our messages as well as on Twitter. So he was very active. So he ensured that we were able to cross Karnataka border and enter without any problem, because there was police controlling and was not allowing anybody other than who are going to airport inside the Karnataka, and only in emergency in other cases. So we just crossed this like you see, and then I entered into Karnataka and then into Bangalore, I mean. So it took almost another hour. So after driving for almost nearly 10 hours straight from my city to Bangalore, and reached the airport, like you see, it was completely deserted. We took some shortcuts, we took one entrance, and then you can see like it's completely nobody is there. And then we dropped, my driver dropped me and left. So at the airport I was waiting for almost nearly I don't know, like 3 hours till it was 8 p.m. My flight was on Wednesday 1 a.m. in the morning. So till 8 p.m. they didn't allow us to enter. So please do make sure you carry a lot of water and a lot of food, because there are not much available when you reach the airport, especially inside the airport. And especially if you have babies, please do bring whatever necessary. They do allow it to take your own food as well as water at the Bangalore airport. So initially when we 8 p.m. came, like there was a huge queue. We had to give some self declaration forms. I have put the link of the self declaration forms for you. So this self declaration form anybody has to fill who's leaving the country, especially. And at the back of the paper you also have to write the address of your destination country as well as your contact number, just in case. So this was done. So we were all waiting in the queue for almost an hour, and then one by one they were clearing us. So this was quick. There was a shield, as you can see, and people in white clothes were waiting. This was like in the movies. So basically we just have to show the paper on the screen where they can see if it's okay, and then they permit us inside. So this was the start. So as soon as you enter, there is a person who's also registering this entry, collecting your pass, keeping a seal on it, and everything is fine. So next you go to the normal baggage drop-in, and it's quite the normal thing. So there, like, it's nothing much fuss. Only thing is, if there is anything, say like in my case, I had a problem. My passport was not having the 6 months validity time. I mean, so I had to get a letter from the German embassy. So this is one point I missed. If you have some cases where you think you need some kind of support from the embassy, please write it to them in the contact formula at the right time instead of calling them, because calling them, they will normally give you a very diplomatic answer but not something straightforward, at least in my case. So I would suggest you write it, get it on paper, so that if there is any document the Air France or KLM needs, you can produce it on time. And especially before the trip, they check if you're a student or not. So one thing which I noticed is were not allowing students even if you booked it. Only exception is if you're a student, you finished your masters, and then you are coming for a job. I mean, you have a job contract already. Then these cases were allowed. I met a couple of them like that. So this is the case. So once this is clear, immigration was smooth. At immigration also, they took some time. They went through the paper. It was not like the normal immigration where they just get the passport, click, and then chuck. No, they were looking each cases individually, but was probably in 5 minutes time we could go. And in all this time, we have to wear the mask inside, outside. It's also better to have a sanitizer. It's kind of compulsory, a small one, not the very big ones. They allow like 100 ml on your cabin. And once you go, you can see, like in the video, it's the Bangalore airport is completely deserted. This is my first time in this airport, honestly, and I never expected this to be so deserted, because it is so huge. It's like very big airport, and when it looks like the whole wing was completely empty, and I was able to even record my video on it, so as you can see before. So this was very good. So and then we took the flight, and the flight was around 10 hours straight, just sit in one place. There were a lot of seats which were empty. I don't know the reason, but I feel that could be because like a lot of students tried to book it and they were not allowed to board. So this could be a thing, but I didn't see any of them like that in the airport. Maybe it happened before, when they were screening the people, like calling them, emailing them, and getting documents from them. So this was the thing. So then we reached the Paris. So on the way, we were provided breakfast, idli and sambar. It was all good. So we reached Paris, and then at Paris, it took us maybe not more than 15 minutes to get to the gate. So you can see the picture. I just took pictures in case if somebody is going from Bangalore to Paris and then catching a flight to Frankfurt, they can just look at the pictures, follow the path. You can reach quite fast, because there are not many people to tell you where to go and what to do. There was no immigration check. We just had to do a normal security check-in, and then we reached the gate. So at the gate, we were not provided boarding passes earlier, so we had to collect it. So this became a little bit problem. We had to wait for almost nearly an hour, like one by one they were clearing, and this took quite a lot of time. So one advantage is, I would say, like, the place was completely empty. You can sit anywhere and then wait for things to get over. So from that, like I said, like, I moved from Paris airport, which I used to go, like, it's always busy. Again, completely empty, pin drop silence, and especially you can just hear the babies crying. No one else was talking. And then we just go took the flight. I went to Frankfurt. At Frankfurt, it was quite smooth. There was nothing much. Just come out, do the immigration check, take your bags. I took my train. In the train, then I just took the train and then reached the Frankfurt, and from there I went to my home. So this is the short story of an experience of almost a 40 hours trip, first time in my life, something like that. I hope this was informative for those who want to kind of take these flights back to Germany or to India. Please make sure you have all the necessary papers and documents for that, and also make sure you are having a protective gear on you all the time. And after reaching Germany, I just had to register at Gesundheitsamt on this link which was given. So you just have to write an email. They'll be very friendly. You have to stay at home for 14 days. Just enjoy the peace of time, and ask help from your friends to get you groceries. So these are all the information, guys. I hope you liked it. This is my first time I'm shooting something outside of my small room. So see you in my next video. And I wish everybody to come back to Germany, or go back to India, or go back to any country where your home is, and all the best.